Hi, so I'm Rosie Anderson. I work for Honeypot Digital and I am a cybersecurity recruiter. I've been asked by CyberFox if I can help with a short video series of how to break into cybersecurity. So what I've done, I've just put 2 slides together because I prefer to free flow. So apologies if I get rambly. At any point, you can ask me anything after this video series, and I'm more than happy to do a few more after this, assuming it all goes well and you enjoy the content. So as a tech recruiter, so I'm not technical, I will just point that out now, but I have recruited within cybersecurity for 5 years and within technology for over 15 years. I work at Honeypot Digital, which is a new startup that launched in January. If anybody wants to find me, I'm on LinkedIn as Rosie Anderson, and my email address is on these slides, assuming you can see them. So where to start? If you want to work in cybersecurity, we get asked all the time, and my very first question is, back to whoever's asking, is, okay, which areas of cybersecurity do you want to work in? So that's probably, it's difficult to find out where to get that kind of information, but it is something that you probably need to do before you do a bit of research before you sort of go out, start approaching potential employers. So what I would say is, as a very first kind of starting point, there is something called CREST, which is a standards body for cybersecurity, and they have some really interesting day in the life videos, quite a big video series of a day in the life of a pen tester, a day in the life of a red teamer, a security consultant, incident responder, a CISO. They've got loads of video content on there. So straight away, I would say that is a very good first point of call. And you can see some real people doing interviews in terms of what their careers mean. There is also an Open University free introductory course. It's free. You have 10 weeks to complete it, and that's kind of a good base level before you start paying for anything, because I think before you start paying for courses, it's important to start thinking about, you know, what parts do I enjoy, what fits well with my kind of passion and my skill set. The NCSE website, which is the National Cybersecurity Centre website, has got quite a lot of free resources. If you're a student, for example, or if you have a school-age child who's interested in cybersecurity and wants to find out more, there's things like Cyber First, Cyber Discovery courses, not just for girls, there's courses for boys as well. You know, getting more diversity into the pipeline is important, but that doesn't mean we rule anybody out. One of the other really good things is, there's a good thing to come out of the pandemic really, is there's a lot of networking groups that are online now. So there is obviously this Discord channel, which is the Cybersecurity Club that I'm recording this for. And then there's also Ladies Hacking Society, which isn't just for ladies. Men are welcome, as long as, you know, it's a safe space, it's respectful. That's another great free resource that has monthly challenges and CTFs and cons and talks. But a real good thing with things like B-Sides and SteelCon is that talks have been recorded in the past. So every time there's been a con, there's normally a recording. So there's loads of free content out there on YouTube, and you can watch those types of talks to kind of get a feel for what you're interested in. Is it the technical side? Is it hacking? Is it defending? You know, defending is sexy too. It's not all about breaking into technology, it's beating the attacker. Is it risk and compliance and security awareness? Is that more of your skill set? Is it the more technical, you know, security architecture, how things come together? Or is it managing those kind of processes? But one thing I will say is, don't start your ambitions with I want to be a CISO, because you're probably not going to get there very quickly. You've got to go through the technical sides first, or, you know, you've got to kind of earn your stripes before you get there. So with recordings, with things like B-Sides, recordings or cons or things like that, you can afterwards, you know, when you've kind of started to get an idea of, okay, I'm interested in this, don't be afraid to reach out to whoever's done that talk to say, I've watched the talk, I'm really interested, I've got a couple of questions, because, you know, the security community, in the large part, is very open and welcoming, and they do, well, you know, people like it if you ask them questions, and it's a knowledgeable question. You know, people like helping others with their careers, but it helps before you go out to somebody to say, I want to work in cybersecurity, to be able to say, I want to work in cybersecurity, and I've done this research, and this is the area I'm most interested in, I think. Can you talk to me about what you do? So they would be a kind of quick run through of first points of where to start finding out more information about cybersecurity as a potential career. And I will make sure I reach out to the community as well, in case there's any other burning things that I've kind of missed as a starting point. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have got any questions, do reach out to me. More than happy to chat to people, and I will have a think about what's next in terms of finding a cybersecurity career, and I will do another video shortly. Have a great weekend.